friends, welcome to a blustery, windy Thunderbolt Thursday. I know I'm not wearing my Thunderbolt stuff today. That's because it's all in the laundry. It's all dirty. I'm doing laundry today. Sorry I don't have my Thunderbolt stuff on today, but next Thursday I will. I thought today, because it is a windy, blustery day, what would be better than making a kite? A kite for our beautiful, windy, crazy day today. A kite that you could take outside. Some of you might already have kites at home, and today would be a fun day to fly them because it's so windy outside. But I thought, for those of us who don't have kites at home, we could make one. And there are all kinds of different kite designs you can do. There are some that use big pieces of newspaper or garbage bags and all kinds of cool stuff. You can find all those online if you want, but I thought it would keep it simple. So I'm just going to use a piece of paper, okay? And I've got my little instructions up here. I found some good instructions online, and I'll post those under the video so you can follow along if you'd like with the instructions. But I will go through them with you. I haven't made one of these yet, so I'm going to go through it, and we're going to try and make a kite together, okay? So you need some string. I got my trusty pink string. You need a piece of paper. I've got some bamboo skewers. They're just little sticks. Okay, you can use straws if you've got those at home. You could even go outside and find yourself a little stick like that if you'd like. Try and make it something nice and light, okay, so it can fly. Because if you've got something that's really heavy, if you put a rock on here, is it going to fly? Not really. So I've got some bamboo skewers that I had. I found them in my kitchen drawer. I didn't know if I had them or not. They weren't even opened. I don't know why I had them, but I did. Maybe check in your kitchen. You might have some hiding too. I don't know. All right, and you're gonna need some tape. I've got Scotch tape and some scissors to cut stuff. And if you want to get fancy, I've got some ribbon that Mrs. Bond had that I'm gonna make a little tail for my kite, and that helps it fly straight. Okay. You can use bits of streamer if you want. You could use little bits of tissue paper, extra pieces of string, something like that. Something nice and light that you can make a tail out of. Okay. So those are all the materials you need, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to follow my instructions that I have here, just like we follow instructions sometimes at school. Okay, so the first instruction is fold the paper down the middle. Now remember, we've got hot dog style and hamburger style. We want hamburger style. All right, I fold it down the middle. That's my first step. All right. There we go. I'm going to go on to my next step. All right, so it says I could measure, mark like that, use a ruler, use a pencil, something like that. But you know what? I don't think I need exactly a ruler. I'm going to, yes, it says 3.5 inches here and 3/4 of an inch here. So I think I can do that just by guessing and looking. I think that looks about right. I can just look at the picture. Or if you have a ruler, you can use a ruler. Okay. So I've got it folded like that. And then it says, fold along your angled line and then tape the seam. So it wants me to tape the seam there. So I'm going to tape down there. Put a nice long piece of tape down there. Now you don't want to use duct tape or any really heavy tape again, because you want to make your kite nice and light. So then I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to fold down exactly the same way to make it nice and even. It's a bit like making a paper plane, which we don't do a lot at school. We did it last year when it was summertime. We made some paper planes and took them outside to try them out. So there we go. There's the start of my kite. All right, I'm going to look at the next one. It says, next, add some support. Lay it out flat and tape the bamboo skewer from side to side. So you can use a straw, something like that. Try and keep those wings nice and flat. So I'm going to get out one of my bamboo skewers. Got a bag of 100 in here. I really don't need that many. And it wants me to tape it from corner to corner, like that. So I'm actually going to cut off the end of my bamboo skewer, so it's not too long. Woo! Alrighty. And it wants me to tape it, corner to corner. Does that look good to you? Looks pretty good to me. Now, I wonder if I should have made the wings a little bit bigger like this, but I'll just try it this way and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I can always try it again. It's just a piece of paper. So I'm going to do another long piece of tape. And I'm actually going to do something a little bit interesting. I'm going to put my bamboo skewer on first. Try and get it nice and straight on here. And then I'm going to stick it on. See if this works. Let's see if I did something. If I did something, I had a good idea or a silly idea. And hey, there we go. Hey, it might have been a bit of a silly idea, but it worked. Or you could just put tape in each of the corners there if you want. So I'm just going to cut off the end of my tape because I was a little bit silly there. And I'm going to fold over the tape so my bamboo skewer is nice and solid there. That's starting to look a little bit like a kite. A little bit like a kite. Alright, I'm going to keep going. And it says punch a hole. Flip the kite over and punch a hole for the string and reinforce the hole with tape. Okay, so if you have a hole punch, those little 1-hole punches that we have at school, that would work great. But I don't have one of those at home, and you might not either. So you can take a bamboo skewer, or you can take a pen or a pencil, and a couple inches in, it says 2 inches in. You want to poke a little hole like that, and that's where the string's going to go. There, make it nice and big. So just like that, made myself a nice big hole. And it says reinforce it with tape. Why do you think they want to reinforce it with tape? Yeah, because I think if it's catching the wind, it might rip. It might rip, so you should put some tape in there to make sure it doesn't rip. So I'm going to put tape on this side. I'm actually going to put another little piece of tape on. Whoop. I'm out of tape. Uh-oh. Hope I don't need much more tape. And put tape on the other side like that. There we go. So I've got tape on both sides to make sure that's nice and strong there. Alright, next one. Ooh, okay. So, it wants me to put some string in there and then put my tail. It says flagging tape, but I'm just going to use the ribbon that I found. Okay, so first I'm going to do the string. Make sure I got that hole nice and big for the string. So I use my scissors to poke in there again. Just make sure that the string can get through there nice and easily. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to make a long string. Don't make it too short, or it might be really hard to fly your kite. Make it long, and then you can just hold it closer to you if it doesn't work very well. There we go. And I'm going to put my string through that little hole I poked. Actually, I'm going to have to make that hole a little bit bigger again. There we go. Go through. There we go. Whoop. Uh-oh. I don't think this pink string is very good. That's okay. I can do it. I can do it. There we go. So I've got it through. And now I want to tie it off. Okay? So it's kind of like tying your shoes. You might want to get mom or dad to help you out with this. Or just practice. Just make little knots and pretend you're tying your shoes. So I've got my little knots. And if you know what, if you're worried about your knots, what you could do is you could also put a little piece of tape on the knots just to hold them together to make sure they don't unravel and come apart. but I think I'm pretty good there. I think that knot will hold. So I've got my nice long string there. And the last thing I need to do is put a little bit of ribbon on the back. So it says a lot of it. I'm just going to put 2 ribbons on the back and make sure they're about the same length, because we want our kite to try and fly nice and straight. There we go. I'm out of Scotch tape, but that's okay. I grabbed some masking tape as well. So I'm going to get 2 little pieces of masking tape. And I'm going to put my fancy tail ribbons on. One on each side. One there, and then one on there as well. Oop. I got tape mixed up with other tape. Here we go. There we go. I'm going to look at my next step, and my last step says, have fun. Okay, I guess that's my next step. So, there is my kite. Look at that. Now, do we think it's going to work? I don't know. I'm going to have to go outside and test it out and see if it works. Okay, so if you'd like to design some colors on it or put some drawings and stuff on it, that'd be cool. I think that'd be really neat. Mine's just white right now. Maybe I could decorate it later. And if this doesn't have quite enough lift to it, you just need to make the wings bigger. So you could use a couple pieces of paper taped together, kind of like we did for our signs. You could use a big piece of newspaper. If you get ads for the mail, like for Value Mart and that sort of thing, you could use one of those big things. Open it up and try and make it into the same shape. Okay. Garbage bag as well. You're going to need more bamboo skewers and straws and stuff, but you could make it like that as well. But yeah, give that a try. It's a super windy day. It's supposed to continue being super windy all day. So make yourself a kite. See if you can fly it. That'd be really cool. Maybe post a picture of your kite design on the discussions forum. If you can take a little video of trying to fly the kite, that'd be pretty cool too. Love to see if you manage to make it off the ground, if it manages to fly. All right, so, excuse me. So tomorrow, Mrs. Ferrier is going to have some cool videos and stuff to share with us. All right, I'm hoping to have a story tomorrow. We might be going into the school to help clean things up and kind of prepare for the end of the year. So I'll put a message up if I'm not around tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow morning with a story. So until next time I see you, it's Mr. B saying bye-bye.